people may say that I'm kinda weird, and sometimes I really think this is true. Others, I just ask myself if it is. The important thing on here is that the question who I am, how I am, is always present on the life of a teenager. There was a Sweden doctor called Jean Piaget, which said that the thinking of a person will develop over time. During adolescence, the subject will be capable of making abstractions, which means that he or she would think on things that you cannot see or touch, just as love, peace, or identity. For a younger boy, this would be pretty much more difficult. Now, there was a psychologist called Erik Erikson, which developed the theory of the stages of man. In this one, he said that a subject will pass through different stages during its life, and on each one he would need to approach one goal for passing to the next one. And if he or she does not approach that goal, then it will feel diffuse. During adolescence, the goal to approach is finding an identity and share it on a social group. So we can see this stage or phase on the movie of Inside Out. In this one, Riley, which is the girl, her world is just collapsing. But it's collapsing for forming a new one, forming an identity. Okay, so identity is the articulation of your family, the things you like to do, the music you like, the places you like to go, and all the kind of things. Like rigs, which clips on each other. The thing is that identity is not static as a wall. It is always moving, always changing. So I would say it's more like a scarf, which weaves each of these concepts until forming something that you can call your identity. So, forming an identity is not that easy. You need the correct set of tools, which are self-esteem, problem solving, decision taking, and strength. If you don't have this, then it would be almost impossible to form your identity. And if you don't form it, then you could have some problems. There is an episode on the amazing world of Gumball, which clearly shows what can happen. In this one, Anais, which is Gumball's little sister, finds a new friend, and by the time starts to steal its body. Of course, in real life, we cannot steal someone's body, but yet we can steal its identity or its personality, and then you will be you. You would be that other person. That would be pretty nice. Okay, as I say so, Erikson thought that if you don't approach that goal, then you will feel diffuse. Feeling diffuse is something pretty dangerous and could make you take pretty wrong decisions, just as making an online challenge. These are pretty popular among teenagers, and at first sight, maybe just at some games among friends, but can get to be pretty risky situations and put your life in danger. So, once you have your identity formed and you can say, hey, this is me, this is how I am, then you need to preserve it. Of course, as I say so, it is always changing and moving, but you don't gotta lose the most important, which are your beliefs, okay? On some situations, on some places, with some people, this is pretty difficult, but I have some steps you can follow. 3 steps. First one, disguise. You don't lose who you are. You still are yourself from inside, but it's from inside, okay? Second, here. So, people will always think different from you, and people will always have different ideas, but you can always hear them. And third one, contribute. There's a series I really like, which is And with an E. In this one, the main character, which is Anne, is a pretty weird girl. But this is not the important. The important is that she's always contributing on her community. She's always asking to herself, what I can make to get this place to be better, to make this place to be different. And on many times, she do it. So, by finishing this, I want to share you a phrase I really like, which says, we are all born original and die as copies. But I'm not going to die as a copy, and I like to be weird. But are you going to die as original or as a copy?